Before she became an autism advocate and mom of 4, Sheletta Brundage was an Emmy Award-winning comedian. Need something to put a smile in your face? Laughing with Letta is sure to tickle your funny bone. Check it out, but pee first and make sure you ain't drinking nothing when Sheletta's on a roll. That way you won't have anything to clean up when the podcast is over.
You know, I always say everything I ever learned to help my kids, I learned from other mothers. Nothing against the doctors and the teachers, they do a great job. But when I'm parenting and I have a problem, I'm not calling the doctor. I'm not. You don't have that kind of excess at Saturday at 2 in the morning when you up crying because you can't figure out how to keep your autistic child safe in the house. The teacher is not going to be available after school hours. When I say, hey, this boy is wandering and he is bigger than the fence and he is taking the fence off quietly, and I can't figure out how to keep him safe. Teacher's not going. She don't have nothing for you. She got homework and standardized tests. That's what teacher got for you. So anything that has blessed my children and blessed me as a parent, I have learned from other mothers, and I was so grateful to be invited by the Twin Cities Mom Collective, their group of podcasters and ladies and moms who have kiddos came together, and they were working with the Comcast folks doing kind of like a home tech makeover, and there was so many features in that house, from chirps on doors and liquor cabinets to videos and just the speed and all this other kind of stuff. And I was like, okay, stop, hold up. I depend on other moms to help me, and other moms look to me for help. And so I wanted to take an opportunity to share that with you, everything that I learned so that you can have it for you and your family and for your children. And so I had to invite my friend, Jill Hornbacher from Comcast on Laughing with Letta. Girl, you a regular. Welcome back to the show.
I love being on your show, Sheletta. It's the highlight of my day.
Girl, now I was absolutely blown away. And the beautiful thing about this house and this tech, I don't even know what you want to call it, girl, but the way that Comcast had this house tricked out was it was a house right here by my house. Okay. It wasn't some big, a lot of times when they say, oh, come and look at this, we've got it all teched out. We've got all the latest and greatest bells and whistles from Comcast. And you go in this house and it's huge and it's not anything that you can afford and it's not anything that applies to you, and you leave feeling like I just wasted my time. This house that I went to with the Twin Cities Moms Collective, it was right down the street from me, less than 2 or 3 minutes away. It was a regular house with a basement. It looked like my house, and everything in there that they had from Comcast was something practical that I could use to benefit my family. Like I was saying, Daniel is big enough now where he can quietly take the gate off. And he's winding up like in his sister's room, playing in the closet in the middle of the night. Or, we find them wandering around the house. And then one day we forgot to, put the gate and the latch down on the sliding glass. And he gets out back and he's jumping on the trampoline. And it's cold outside. And I'm like, okay, how can I keep my child safe? How can I keep him inside the house, because he's big enough to unlock the doors, he's big enough to get out of the gate, he's big enough to pull the glass back, and all these things that you all had available in this house are things that I could also have in my house as well.
Yes, thank you. It was a wonderful event. We actually worked closely with a builder called Cardinal Builders. They're based here in the Twin Cities area, and they really focus on a variety of different home styles, but especially homes more skewed towards maybe people looking for their final home, like in the 50 plus age range. But they worked with us on, tricking out the home with all of our greatest and latest technology features. And we were able then to partner with Twin Cities Mom Collective, which is a local organization here that works with hundreds of social media influencers. And we brought them to this home so that we could discuss with many of the moms and the parents there about technology and how you make technology choices in your home, and what are smart devices, and how and where should I place
Mhm.
my internet devices so that I, can get the best Wi-Fi coverage? How do I manage screen time? And then to what you were speaking to, how do I keep, my home automated and safe and secure? And so it
Yeah.
was such a pleasure to have you there and all of the moms that are part of Twin Cities Mom Collective to really walk them through this full suite of Comcast Xfinity products that they could have so that they can make smart decisions in their own personal homes based on what their particular needs would be.
And it was just so good to have all the moms there, talking and going through things, and just kind of working things out together, communicating with one another. Because like I said, everything I learned from another parent. And nothing against teachers and counselors and all those other folks, but I wouldn't have known about the chirps on the doors, and how one door could have a different chirp. So I don't know. Oh, that's Andrew. I don't have to jump up out of my sleep. He's 16 years old. He's not gonna wander. Oh, that's Cameron. She's probably just going to the restroom because she likes to have a drink at night. But if I hear that chicken chirp, that's Daniel. And I need to get up because my child is trying to get out of the house. I just really, appreciate the fact that Comcast puts these events on, for moms like me, to make sure we have that type of information. But talk to me about some of the other features that were in the house that you found it necessary to make sure that moms, like me, and moms who look up to me, know about and know that are available to regular Comcast customers. This ain't the, super duper high tier stuff that we can't afford. All of this stuff is affordable for us.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. I mean, and some of it, quite frankly, already comes to you for free as part of being an Xfinity customer. And I would say the biggest couple of things that we spoke about at that particular event is we talk a lot about managing screen time and internet. I mean, we all know that connected devices in our home continues to skyrocket. I think we've seen 12-time increase in the number of
Mm,
connected devices per home since
mm,
2018. And
mhm.
so having that understanding about internet capabilities and Wi-Fi, and then really how you manage screen time and manage and personalize your home Wi-Fi, that was key in that particular event. And we've been talking about
Yeah,
that, quite frankly, with many moms and parents across the Twin Cities and across the country for many
yeah,
years, because we look to hear from parents about, hey, what concerns do you have? What advice, and let's talk as parents. We're the first generation of parents that are kind of really parenting in this social media age. And so a lot of times what the moms want to learn about is our Xfinity app and our internet,
okay.
and the Xfinity app that allows you to personalize and customize your home Wi-Fi. It
Mhm,
allows you to
mhm.
set profiles per the number of individuals in your house.
Yeah,
Then you assign devices to those profiles, and you can do so many wonderful things as a parent with those particular profiles, especially those of your children. And that's things like setting active time limits on how long they can be on the internet before it shuts off of their device or before you're notified of that time limit. You can
yeah,
pause one or all of their devices to say, hey, guess what? It's dinner time. Your device is paused. You're off the Xbox. Come on up, get your homework done. You can set bedtime schedules, dinner schedules, parental
mhm,
controls. I mean, there's so
mhm.
many wonderful features of that Xfinity app, and that's a lot of what we talked about that day. And then walking through, parental controls as it relates to our Xfinity video product. There's
Yeah,
parental controls on that as well. And then we got to showcase a little bit of Peacock, which is our free streaming device. And that's actually eligible for anybody to use, whether you're an Xfinity customer or not.
mhm. And that wasn't the only thing that you all had going on, girl, because I just like to spill a little tea whenever I have you on, because you had a big event for all the Comcast RISE recipients. And it was an amazing showcase of love and support for small businesses here in the Twin Cities. There were panels, there was food, there was fellowship. I just, you guys flew in folks from the big office, and the mayor was there. I just, girl, it was just a night that, as a small business owner, we need more of that.
Yeah, that was it was a whirlwind day. We got to talk, all things product related and tech showcase with some influencers. And then later in the evening, we got to celebrate all of our Comcast RISE recipients here in the Twin Cities and bringing them together to really let them network with one another and learn best practices about how they're each running their business, hear from different elected officials and different organizations about tips and tricks of how they can continue to allow their small businesses to grow and thrive. And then we were able to kind of have a little bit of a kind of an expo area where these businesses came in and they got to do things like headshots and professional photography that they might need for their business. They got
Okay.
down to sit down and learn more about social media and how to leverage social
Mm-hmm.
media as
Yeah.
part of their business. They got to talk to Deed and all of the economic development and what programs and applications are out there to help with funding and how our local economy and local government is really helping these small businesses as well. So it was a great way for them to learn and to network with one another, because we all know that these small businesses are so key to making our community thrive. And as we go into the holiday season, I highly encourage folks, go to twincities.comcast/rise, and you can learn
Yes.
about the RISE recipients here in the Twin Cities. And if there's one that catches your eye from a holiday shopping, we are going to be having a holiday kind of guide related to some of our Comcast business.
Yes.
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 So we
I
can encourage,
love
go
that.
shop these places. Think twice about where you go to bring your dollar in your business, because
Okay.
these folks are just amazing. They have great stories, and they so could, they appreciate and can use our support. So I'll be sure to get that to you, Sheletta, to share with your
Okay.
audiences.
That's number one on the list. And I just had this amazing idea. I just had an amazing idea. A Comcast Rise Small Business Saturday something or another. Like a pub crawl. You know how they have pub crawls
Yes.
where people go from bar to bar. Small Business Saturday is a Saturday between Black Friday and Cyber Monday. And we can put a list together of all the businesses that people can go and support for Small Business Saturday. Now,
Yep.
I want to work with you on that. That is
Yes.
exciting. I'm
We got
already
that in
excited.
the mix. We
Uh,
got a
uh, I'm,
directory in the mix. So we want to
I'm,
share that with everybody.
I'm already excited. Okay. Now, the thing that I really appreciated most about that night was that everybody in the room had benefited from Comcast and the Rise program. I'm not sure if anybody's been under a rock and how they have not heard about the Rise program, but Comcast came through and just blessed 100 small businesses with $10,000 each. And then in addition to that, you did the marketing makeovers, the tech makeovers, you shot commercials for people. Why is it so important for Comcast to give back to small businesses? And these are not just small businesses that are your customers.
Right? No,
This is
absolutely.
anybody who applied, which I personally wouldn't be giving money to people who weren't customers. But y'all were like, we want to help everybody. And that's exactly what you did.
Yeah, since the program has begun, we have helped nearly 400 Twin Cities businesses through the
Wow.
Comcast RISE program. 200 of those businesses each receive $10,000 to do with whatever they want for their business that makes sense. And to your point, that doesn't mean that they are a Comcast customer or have to be a Comcast customer. And we really, as I mentioned earlier, we know and want this community to thrive. The small businesses are the backbone of our community. And
Mm-hmm.
we want to make sure that we can do our part to continue to help them grow and thrive in the future. We're just a small part of it. And we want to play our role. I mean, the Twin Cities is, where our customers live, where our employees live. And we want to make sure we have a vibrant community for
Mm-hmm.
all of us to be a part of. And the nice thing is, this program is obviously, nationwide,
Yes.
in all of our different areas that Comcast serves. But we are very intentional about doing these grants that are local, that are,
Yeah.
when you applied for them, you were applying, you weren't competing with other businesses from other areas of the country. We had 100, 200 grants actually in total to give to those Twin Cities businesses, because like I said, we're so committed to helping them thrive.
Mm-hmm.
We know that they have been highly impacted through the COVID and the civil unrest. And we want to help them continue on their way. And we've seen so many amazing success stories from some of these
Mm-hmm.
businesses, one that just was able finally to open their first brick and mortar store, and all because of
Wow.
that grant that we gave them. Ones that were about to close their doors and we all of a sudden saved the day and kept them open. One that, was able to finally purchase more product to be able to sell because they were, people were requesting it so much and they just
Mm-hmm.
didn't have the money for all of the inventory. This particular grant helped them do that. Very heartwarming program that I'm so proud to be a part of.
Girl, it was just so much love in that room and so much pride. And you know, that money, those tech makeovers, that marketing sustained a lot of businesses. And that's the one thing that I kept hearing from people. I probably wouldn't still be in business if it wasn't for that grant, because it came out right after, all the other grants dried up and the start of COVID, and people were trying to pivot and they needed new equipment, or they needed new information, they needed new advice, they needed new computers and software, and all this other stuff was happening. And you and the folks at Comcast just allowed these businesses to survive a very difficult time, for all businesses. Big companies are struggling.
Right.
So, the small business owners were struggling. And this was just such a lifeline, to those communities. So girl, I'm still blown away by the impact that it had. And speaking of impact, Comcast has some new stuff coming up. You got a new store. Tell us about it, and increased speeds, which we
Yes.
need because you can never go too fast. Okay, my kids are like, "It is is it what's going on?" I'm like, "Can you just hold on, please? Okay, just give it a minute to work."
Yes. Besides, so we had some amazing opportunities with Rise and the tech showcase, but we also had awesome news in October where we announced our 15th retail store. It's our Xfinity retail store that just opened in Edina. So it's right off
Yes.
of France Avenue, a great interactive showcase. That allows customers to go in, and I mean, you'd be blown away by walking in. You would not think this is Comcast. I mean, because really people have a perception of Comcast
Yeah.
as, an old cable company.
Right.
That's
I'm
not
gonna just
who we
drop
are.
off my remote
We are a
control. It's
media and
not working.
technology company.
Yeah.
And when you walk into
Yeah.
this store, you will see, wow, I know what Jill is talking about now. And you have the ability in the store to do anything that you need for your account. You can demo our video product. You can learn more about our internet product. We have amazing products as it relates to Xfinity Mobile. Sign up. I'll give you a teaser. There's going to be some great Black Friday deals as it relates to Xfinity Mobile. So if people are in the market for new mobile devices, we have all the Samsung, Android, brand new Apple devices. I mean, that's all in these stores. And it's very much showcased to enhance the customer experience
Mm-hmm.
and really help customers and meet them where they're at. And there are, obviously this new one is in Edina, but there are stores all across the metro. We just remodeled one actually a couple of months ago in Woodbury. There's some in Maple Grove, Brooklyn Center, all over the place, St. Paul. So very excited to bring that one to our community.
And I'm
And then,
telling you, because girl, people think, oh well, that's just where you go when you're you need a new box, or your remote control breaks and you just take it in. No, honey, it ain't like it used to be. They got all kinds of cool stuff in there,
yeah,
and I was just learning so much, like the safety stuff and
yeah, all the Xfinity Home.
the right, all the stuff for the house, and y'all got this little box, and for all the folks who cut the cord, and you can still get all your streaming services in one place and save money if you don't want to do cable, for these young people who decide they want to cut the cord. I'm an old lady, so I still have a home phone. But all the kids who are going off to college and got their own place, who still want to, get their favorite streaming services, but not necessarily maybe even want cable. Well, they can get the box, and it saves parents money versus all these different streaming services and all these different bills from all these different places.
Right. Yep. Yeah. So it's a great one-stop shop to find out, and it's also a location if people have questions or are interested in signing up for our Internet Essentials program, which is our low-cost broadband program. They can go to any one of our Xfinity retail stores to learn more about that and learn more about the Affordable Connectivity Program and that benefit that we've talked about several times
Mm-hmm.
before. All of that, again, it's kind of a great location to learn about all things Xfinity. So highly
Okay,
recommend
now
people to check it out.
Now you got to tell me about the increased speeds, because
So we boosted speeds.
baby,
Yes,
come on through now.
Yes, it's so exciting. As you know, I mean, internet is key, right? I mean, just being connected and the amount of devices that continue to be in the home, we want to make sure that we continue to add and bring that value to all of our customers. So we just announced last week that across the country, we are boosting speeds for more than 20 million Xfinity customers. And that includes the customers here in the Twin Cities.
Thank you, girl.
It gives you an opportunity to have better connectivity for things that you're doing, whether you're, streaming 4K devices, or you're gaming, or you're doing more video conference. These increased speeds will definitely help as your home continues to be kind of digitally connected.
Girl, because what? I think like just a few years ago, we had 2 laptops. That was it. And then as the kids started, understanding safety, and they started having their little devices. Because, at first we started off with the little kid, devices. It wasn't connected to the internet. They would have the little disc, and they pop it in, they played a particular game. And then Andrew got an iPad. I'm okay, all right. You got 1, so that's 2 laptops and an iPad. And then the kids start getting older and start getting better. Then they all wanted iPads. And then here come the phones. We got phones. Andrew's got phones. It's just like, girl, so now we would just count. We got 7 devices hooked up to this thing. Just a couple years ago, it was 3.
Right. And just think about all the folks that also have all of the Internet of Things, smart home technology, whether it's washer and dryer, your refrigerator, all the Alexas, your gaming device. I mean, everything then is connected to Wi-Fi. And so we just always continue to evolve and improve our network. And so us boosting speeds at no cost to our customers is just another way of showing our value and knowing that, internet is just such the heartbeat of the home in these days, more so than ever. And so it's just kind of our way to continue to provide a great customer experience for our Xfinity customers.
Well, girl, from one Xfinity customer and family, we say thank you. And not just for that, but for everything that Comcast does for the community, whether it is for families, the Internet Essential program, the RISE program. You all do great work in the community. Jill Hornbacher with Comcast right here in the Twin Cities. Thank you for coming back on Laughing with Letta and sharing all these great details about what Comcast is doing, has done, what's coming up next. I know you got more secret things that you're going to share with us later, but thank you for being here with us today.
Thank you very much, Sheletta. Have a good day.
All right, you too. And thank y'all so much for hanging out with me on Laughing with Letta. I'll see y'all next week.
That girl is crazy in a good way. To check out previous episodes, log on to her website, SheLettaMakesMeLaugh.com. You can also check out where she's appearing next and score cool merch.
Get fast, reliable internet for any budget. Now qualifying customers can get Xfinity internet free through the Affordable Connectivity Program. That's right, free high-speed internet from Xfinity. And Internet Essentials customers can get equipment included at no extra cost. Get started today.
At Hy-Vee, we take pride of being part of the communities we serve. In 2021, we donated more than 14 million meals, and this year, we're committed to doing even more. For over 90 years, we've been the place that people turn in time of need, and we take that very seriously. That's why we're loading our semis full of food this week and making deliveries across the Midwest to help families this Easter. To join our effort, simply donate when you're at the checkout. Together, we can make a big difference for those in need.
When my daughter was first diagnosed with autism, I didn't know what to do because I knew she qualified for services and resources for people with disabilities. But trying to figure out how to manage everything was overwhelming. So I turned to the folks at Acra Home Care for help because for 30 years, they've helped families like mine and provided self-guided personal care assistance services and financial management assistance for their developmentally delayed and elderly loved ones. The folks at Acra helped us get a fence so my daughter could play outside in the backyard safely and even showed me how to use the resources to get a trampoline. And that's just a couple of the things that Acra Home Care does. Whether it's assisted living, mental health, or home health care, they've got you covered. Acra will make sure your loved ones who need services actually get it. Go to their website at acrahomecare.org or give them a call at 952-935-3515.
Looking for a meaningful career with great pay and great benefits? Want to be part of something bigger? Here's your chance. Union Pacific Railroad is hiring train crew members in the Twin Cities area, now offering hiring incentives up to $15,000. No previous railroad experience is needed. We provide all the essential training, and you can get a free college education while working. Get your career on the right track with Union Pacific and apply today at up.job/Minnesota. That's up.job/Minnesota.
There's a new way to get around in North Minneapolis. It's Metro Transit Micro, a new ride-sharing service that connects you with Metro Transit bus routes or wherever you need to go on the north side. It's convenient, affordable, and accessible. Metro Transit Micro uses minibuses to reach more neighborhoods, and you'll have shorter wait times. It costs just the same as bus routes, and it's easy to use. You can pay your fare in cash, a go-to card, or the Metro Transit app. Just go to metrotransit.org/micro. Download the app and create your account. It's really simple. So whether you're going to a friend's house in Bryn Mawr to watch the Vikings game, or you need to get dropped off at the Metro C Line station to hop on a bus to get to work across town, Metro Transit Micro got you covered. Book a ride, get picked up, and get where you need to go. Start riding today on one of the new Metro Transit Micro minibuses.
It's back to school time, and that means it's back to cooking breakfast for your kiddos and making school lunches. That's a lot of cracked egg shells and cut off sandwich crust. Now listen, before you think about throwing those food scraps away, think about recycling them. Ramsey County has a program that can help you do just that, and it won't cost you a dime. Ramsey County has a free food scraps recycling program that lets you collect stuff like apple cores, coffee grounds, and veggie scraps. Here's how it works. Put all those scraps into a compostable bag. Then once a week, drop it off at a free food scrap site by your house. And listen, I understand that life is busy, so if you can't get there once a week, just toss the bag in the freezer until you can find the time to do it. To locate a food scrap collection site near you and to get more information about the program, visit ramseyrecycles.com/food scraps. And tell your friends and family about it. Let's all do our part to help save the planet.
All right, did you know I was the Mommy Slam Dunk champion?
Really?
Yes, really, don't sound so surprised.
Let's see it.
Oh, you're ready. All right, here we go. Let's hear the crowd. So go to right, go to left, fake 'em out. Mama, go up, up, up.
She did it.
Again? You can't avoid gravity, but United Healthcare can help you avoid financial surprises by helping you compare costs and doctor quality ratings. United Healthcare.